get together tonight. Got a good one. Andy Griffin, Mike McGarry here again. We are in the jungle, so to speak, here at Snow Canyon High School.
Yeah, it's great to be here. We appreciate Findlay Volkswagen for being our title sponsor here of high school sports on ESPN Radio. Appreciate the guys at CEC TV. We're streaming live on our website, sportsradio977.com, as well as vodov.com, and of course TDS Cable Channel 22. So we're all over the place. It's going to be a lot of fun tonight. This is the pregame brought to you by Roy's Pizza and Pasta. Mike, it's Snow Canyon at home against Desert Hills. Now, on paper, you go, all right, Desert Hills should win this game. But Snow Canyon coming off a couple of pretty good performances. They lost one close one. They won one close one. But, you know, we were there on Friday night when they beat Pineview. For 3/4 of that game, Snow Canyon was playing about as good basketball as you can play.
I agree with that. And the fact, Andy, to me, that as far ahead as they were, then Pineview turned it up and they come roaring back. Snow Canyon was able to hold on, get the win. I think that was huge because I'm going to say it. I think earlier in the year, they'd have got beat again, but not right now anyway.
It's kind of funny. It was a 19-point game, and I'm sitting there on the air with Mike McGarry, and he goes, yeah, it's a 19-point game, but it's a tenuous 19-point lead. And I'm like, what are you talking about? They're up by almost 20 points. And he was right. Pineview came roaring back, actually had a shot to tie in the last 30 seconds of the game. It bounced out of there, and then Snow Canyon was able to hang on for the victory. But, man, that ended up being an exciting game. Snow Canyon beating Pineview. So what the Warriors have done with that victory, Mike, is they've gotten themselves an opportunity to maybe still have a postseason. Now, the work's not going to be easy. They got a tough road to host at 2-5 in region. They're 2 games behind both Hurricane and Canyonview.
Right.
But at least they're alive. The life support, it keeps going. It's still plugged in. Nobody, living will, whatever. Nobody unplugged them. They're still alive. They've got to have a game like today, though. They've got to get a victory.
Yeah, I was going to say last week. Well, that was just it. That was last week. They got to get it going. You're absolutely right. The game means a lot. Couple of reasons. They got to win to get back in the race, and this is their home court. If you don't win on your home court, it's going to be maybe the end of the season.
And obviously there's some weaknesses for Snow Canyon. They're not shooting free throws very well. They don't hold leads very well because they turn the ball over too much. And that's kind of what happened to them against Pineview. They had that big lead, but then Pineview got hot, number one, and number two, Snow Canyon couldn't handle the press that Pineview threw at them. And so, for Snow Canyon, they need to ignore those weaknesses, maybe get a little better at them, but ignore them for the most part, and play to their strengths. And their strengths are the speedy Braden Baker and the very strong Joey Robertson on the inside, and then Bryson Child just kind of providing an all-around game. Those 3 guys have got to lead into the promised land.
I agree that. Now with Desert Hills, they played some kind of iffy games the last little while. If you go back a little bit here, they played Hurricane. Hurricane played him to a 5-point game, and that was at Desert Hills Place. And then they turned around and got beat by Canyonview. Although that doesn't surprise me a lot. And was you there with me that night? That was a game that was unbelievable. That's where I found out just how good Branson Blackner is. He went off for 25 points and had a whale of a night. So, losing, they didn't want to lose. That was at home, but they did. So I think both of them here tonight are saying, we need this game tonight.
Yeah, Desert Hills had to have a win on Friday. They were able to get it because they had a 2-game losing streak. So Canyon had to have a win on Friday because they just lost at home to Hurricane.
Right.
And they were, quite frankly, behind the 8 ball as far as playoffs. Both of them squeezed out wins on Friday night. We'll find out now who can keep that momentum going. It's going to be some interesting matchups inside. I think Ryan Mars offensively is very, very good for the Thunder. But we're talking about Joey Robertson, who's about 6'8", and just so good when he's playing with confidence around the basket. He's the best I think there is around the basket.
Yeah, yeah. We are slamming it. We're slamming it right now. I wonder why we can't be heard. I have no idea. apologize for the problem. Let me just tell you, I think that Andy and I had probably the best pregame talk we've ever had, ever.
Problem is, only you and I could hear it.
I'm sorry. We apologize to everybody that we had some problems, especially on the radio side. So here we are. Anyway, big game. We're only a couple of minutes away, so we're going to have to shorten things down. But the bottom line is two good teams, two qualified teams, and maybe just real quick, key to the game. You actually kind of talked a little bit about, especially for Snow Canyon. I think the keys are three guys have got to offensively get it going tonight, Andy.
Yeah, those three guys are Joey Robertson, Braden Baker, and Bryson Childs. We've seen, even though Childs averages less than 10 a game, we've seen him at times really light it up. He had, I think, 20 against Hurricane last Wednesday night. Joey Robertson is just so comfortable around the basket. He's so good at finishing, but he's got to play with confidence. We saw his confidence kind of get shot against Dixie. He didn't even hardly shoot the rest of the game after getting a couple of shots blocked early on. And then, of course, Braden Baker. Baker with the basketball, to me, is maybe the quickest guy in the region with the basketball. And he also one of the league leaders in steals, but he is so quick and got a great little crossover. Those three guys have got to lead Snow Canyon if they're going to have a chance against a very good Desert Hills team.
Desert Hills, I think what's really made them strong this year, I believe, number one, they got a pretty good inside game because they got guys that can go inside and outside. Now I'm talking Tucker Peterson and the Mars brothers, Ryan and Tyler. And it's amazing to me how the Mars brothers seem to complement or fill in for somebody. It's like, bro, you all right? No, I don't feel good. Nah, don't worry about it. I got you covered. I'll go out and get a 6, 7, 8 points. But they really have. I mean, they're both Tyler not quite as much scoring. He likes to step back and hit it. But I think Ryan Mars, to me, may be one of the most improved players from a year ago. This guy has learned to slash, go inside. He wants the basketball. He's making it happen. And my favorite blue-collar guy is Tucker Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson is just tough as nails. I actually got to meet his dad the other day and talk to him a little bit about his son. And, he's kind of like, Tucker he's just one of those guys that he's just a tough kid. He's tough mentally, he's tough physically, and you can see that out on the court. By the way, our keys tonight brought to you by Camping World of St. George. Your 2017 adventure starts at Camping World. Find huge selection of all the top brands for sales, parts, and service in your full retail store. Visit 1500 Hilton Drive or campingworldstgeorge.com. I look forward, the key to the game is the matchup inside between Ryan Mars and Joey Robertson. I think Robertson a little bit better defender because he's longer. He blocks shots occasionally and stuff. But Mars has become one heck of an inside post player himself. And I think Mars might be a little bit better rebounder as well. So it's going to be an interesting matchup in the post. I'm kind of excited, too, actually, about the matchup out high. Braden Baker, you mentioned one of the quicker guys. He can certainly get it done. And then for Desert Hills, you've got Trevin Lindstrom, who came out of nowhere, I think, at the first of the year. And he's up over 10 points a game. Tyler Weber hitting about 9-10 points a game. These are a couple of guys that can really fill it up. Now, will they tonight? Well, we're going to have to find out here. But I like the idea that they both have guys that can hit from the outside as well as their post game. Yeah, will the three-point shot be a big factor in this game? We don't know. I don't know that it is necessarily a Camping World key to the game. Desert Hills more of a penchant for shooting three, but Braden Baker, one of the top three-point shooters in the entire region. And this is part of our pregame here at Roy's, brought to you by Roy's Pizza and Pasta with 2 southern Utah locations. I could use some of that pizza or pasta right about now. You got that. All right, we're very close to our national anthem coming up here in just a moment, so we'll be taking a break. That will come back. We'll take a look at the starting lineup of these two teams tonight. We have a good one for you, folks. It is Desert Hills at home, Snow Canyon at home taking on Desert Hills. Will be back in 90 seconds.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt, and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did Cavs go on vacation? New York.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
Hi, we welcome you back once again. Here's a roll on Old Glory up there, taking the flag up. Our national anthem just being completed. We welcome you once again to our triple cast here tonight. We appreciate it. Thanks again to the guys with the TV and the truck cameramen up here with us. We certainly appreciate them and what they have done. And, of course, our board ops back in the radio station. And, of course, you can find it online at sportsradio977.com. Pull it up and watch it there. Introducing the starting lineups tonight. Desert Hills, again, we'll go with Tyler Weber, Trey Allred, Trevin Lindstrom. The lights went out. I know we're going to...
Probably at least one Mars brother.
That's right.
Although it got dark in here.
And then Tucker Peterson. I'm sure that's the 5 there. This has become quite a thing. Each school does it a little bit different, but at the same time, same kind of thing. Boy, lasers and lights and a very loud announcer, may I just add here. The fans are loving it. It's a lot of fun.
They kind of need a spotlight, don't they, on the guy they're introducing? They're going to sprain an ankle in the dark.
Well, they do have one. Ooh, then they jump out and do kind of a chest bump. I'd be nervous. Say, hey, wait, I'm not leaving the ground if the lights are off here, folks.
I guess they're young, and for you and I would be scared, but these young guys, they don't mind.
Introducing Stady now as he's coming out, a young guy who's having a pretty good year this year.
I don't know if you remember the old days, Mike, when they turned the lights out in a gymnasium like this, it took like 10 minutes for him to warm up again. Fortunately, we don't have that anymore.
Yeah, you know, I got to say, back when I was calling Dixie State game, and I know you did a lot with me. I don't recall if you were there or not. But it was before they put the new lights in the gymnasium.
Yeah.
And they did that one night.
Yep, I remember.
And it took them 20 minutes to get the lights back up. And it was kind of like everybody goes, okay, don't do this again, folks. It really didn't work very well.
I also remember the day that Utah Valley opened their new basketball arena. They hired the Jazz Bear.
Yep.
He had a Harley Davidson he rode out onto the court, and they had a laser show like we have here right now. And then Dixie College went out there and beat the scrud out of them.
They had graffiti guns all the way around the gymnasium there. It was great.
Yeah.
Especially for Dixie State.
Yeah.
Braden Baker, Austin Stady, Bryson Childs, Joey Robertson. Who'd I miss there? Cole Warner. Starting tonight for Snow Canyon. Stepping in. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Warner's done a nice job for them lately. I really like what he's added to this team. A little toughness.
He really has. Warner, a 6-foot sophomore. That's nice to have somebody earning a little time here as a young man. All right, here we go. Tonight, thanks for joining us. Once again, by the way, our starting lineup brought to you by Sky Mountain Golf Course. Tip was actually controlled by the Warriors, but right into the hands of the Thunder. So the Thunder will start things off offensively. We are just underway here as they go down low inside. Turn, Mars, lay it up and in. That's Ryan Mars.
That was quickness. I think Joey was ready to block his shot, but by the time he got his hands around, the ball was already gone, and Joey's like, hey, what happened there?
Yep,
2
kick
points.
it out on the angle. Right now, a pretty good defense keeping Snow Canyon out on the outside of the 3 ball. Now, as I say that, driving to the hole, there's your young man. Bryson Childs lays it up and in.
Yeah, nice move, and that's not really his game, the floor game like that, but even great penetration, a good finger roll.
Tucker Peterson, top of the key, looks low, nobody there. Gives it back out to Tyler Weber. Weber round a high screen, wants to bounce it, give it right back to the left hand. Another bucket for Mars.
I think he had left hand on the first bucket too.
Yep.
You'd think he's left-handed. He's not. He's a right-handed kid, but looks pretty good with the lefty.
Trying to get in the front court is State. Finally works it midway the corner left side. Baker back up top. As they work it around on the far side, way outside again, that's Robertson. Boy, they got the big guy playing almost point center. Here we go. 3 down the barrel, will not fall. And the rebound taken down by Lindstrom. Lindstrom, coast to coast, drive, travels, I think. Yep.
Yeah, I think he wanted to pass to a teammate in the corner, I think Trey Allred, but just as he was about to pass, a Snow Canyon defender flashed in front of him, so he held the ball a little too long. Unfortunately, his feet were moving the whole time. That's a no-no.
We played a minute and a half. It's a 4-2 lead right now with Ryan Mars leading over the Warriors. Mars has both buckets into the forecourt. Warner backs it out, looking for a little help, leaves it on the angle of Robertson. Robertson moves left, nobody there, hands it off. A bad pass, but it's saved out near half-court line. Hustling out there to get it was Baker. Baker, round his man, throws it to the left wing. Jumper on the rim and off, no good. Rebound. Baker turns, put it up, won't fall, but a foul.
So quick. He made that great move in the lane, then the dish into the corner, and then I don't know how he got back in position for the rebound in time because he was flying out of bounds when he made the dish, but he got there and made a great rebound.
Tucker Peterson picks up the first team foul against Desert Hills.
Quick little putback try by Baker, and then he hits the free throw. Free throws are going to be big tonight. Snow Canyon has struggled the line. Desert Hills, for the most part this year, has been a solid free throw shooting team, but in fact, it seems like when they don't need it is when they struggle at the line. I think they're going to need it tonight.
I agree with you. Already, brother Tyler Mars checks in, replacing Lindstrom. So the second free throw's up and good, and we are tied up at 4. Played 2 minutes of the first quarter. Good job on a couple of free throws there to tie it up. Peterson up top, hesitation dribble, trips and goes down. They're going to whistle a foul.
Well, I thought he turned an ankle or something there, Mike. I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
But Tucker looks like he's okay.
It was Cole Warner on the personal, and that's the first team foul as well. So out of bounds. Allred drives in, blocked away, picked up. Guess who? Ryan Mars, third bucket.
Yeah, Mars, that time with the right hand at least, though, Mike.
Yeah.
But a great pickup after the block shot.
That was blocked, but right into his hands. And the ball is knocked away and stolen. Allred quickly into the forecourt. Long pass. Stop. Pop. 3. Too hard. No good. Baker with the rebound. Here come the Warriors. Baker will stop and pop himself and got it.
Team D auto 3 in transition by Braden Baker. So hard to guard, because we're taught to protect the paint. And then the guy stops out in three-point land and bombs it.
Got her down out high. Mars give it up on the angle now to Weber. Weber driving the lane, force a shot, use the bangboard, down it goes.
Yeah, Weber's kind of been a forgotten guy. We're worried about of course, the injury to Peterson and the oncoming Trevin Lindstrom, and of course Ryan Mars so good inside, but Weber's kind of been a constant.
The other end partially blocked out of the air off the shot there of Cole Warner. And Peterson, midway the corner left side, comes back out high. 8-7 as Desert Hills with a 1-point lead here in quarter one. Drive to the lane, hand it off, in and out, no good. This time the rebound is controlled by Snow Canyon.
That was bro to bro. Tyler trying to get it to Ryan. Ryan tried the left hand again. He's 2 out of 3 in lefties because he missed that one. A little too hard, Mike.
Straight away looking down the barrel is Childs. Childs give it up on the angle. Now down to Robertson. Up top, Braden. Down. Hang. Floater, got it.
So good. And like I said, we saw the best Snow Canyon can be for 3/4 of that game against Pineview. Unfortunately, they couldn't finish, but now we're seeing it again. They look good.
Boy, Baker, absolutely. He's got 7 of the 9 points for his team. And they lead it 9-8. Over Desert Hills. Mars, midway the corner, backs his man down. Ball is strapped, taken away. And
reach.
Wow, they got Peterson on a reach.
Is that 2 on Tucker?
It is.
He can't believe it. He's the official and says, me?
Yeah, and he's telling every guy down the bench. It wasn't me, honest. I didn't do it. I don't know what the call was about. So he goes to the bench.
Desert Hill, let's be honest, they're not quite as tough a team without, with Peterson on the bench.
That's right.
I mean, mentally, physically, all of those things.
Childs to Baker. Baker, Euro step, but no,
Euro
official
step.
not taking that one.
You got to jump off of both feet at the same time if you're going to make that a legal move, and he didn't. He jumped off of 1 foot, landed on 2, and then took another step. That's a travel.
And they turn it over. Allred into the forecourt, right to the right side. Hands off Lindstrom. 3, got it.
Yeah, another one of the great three-point shooters in the region. The leaders are up right now on St. George News, Mike, and you can tell guys like Lindstrom, they're not afraid to fling it up there.
Yeah, and the ball was tipped away. Drive down floater. Won't go down for Mars. This time the rebound brought down by Warner. See, that's a sophomore in there, Andy, battling for rebounds.
He got up in the air, too. I couldn't jump like that when I was a sophomore.
Nearly a bad throw, inside out, back down low, put it up and in. Beautiful work to Joey Robertson.
Good give and go. Way to give it back to the big guy. I love that. He gave it up, shot it to the corner, and then went the other way with it.
Boy, and at the other end, Allred all the way to the hole, but he can't put it down. Rebound taken away by Robertson. Robertson now hands to Staley. Staley into the forecourt. Have a little trouble finding the handle on that round ball. Robertson 3-ball, air ball from the corner.
I will say this, it was straight. It was right on line. Problem is he pushed it about a foot too long.
That's shooting That's shooting about a 19-footer, 20 feet.
Yeah.
Drive, Weber loses the ball, gets it back, flips it up now to Mars. Mars holds on. Allred comes out and gets it. 2 minutes to go. We're knotted up at 11 here in the first quarter. Bounce pass, nicely done. That's going to be a foul, and I believe it's going to be Cole Warner on the foul.
Yeah, they got to get that before the shot. He was fouled on the pass and catch. I don't think they'll give him free throws.
It's not going to be on Warner, apparently. It's going to be on Robertson.
Wow.
I agree. I think it definitely was a foul. Definitely was before the shot, but I didn't think it was on the big guy.
Nice little play drawn up, little backdoor pass to Weber. Weber was bumped. I think they got the right guy. It was on Robertson.
Drive, hang, tied up, rebound, forced a shot, no good. And working hard in there was Big Taylor Cox.
Coach Turley told me something, part of our locker room coach's comments about Taylor Cox. He said, he's the kind of kid that would literally run through a brick wall for you if you asked him to. He's just one of those guys. You ask him to do something and he does it, period. And he was a big part of what this team was going to be this year. Unfortunately, Cox hasn't been himself. He had those 2 concussions, Mike, and this time he kind of gets trapped inside and gets hacked. But they need him to be back 100% if they're going to take on some of those teams, great teams from up north, Logan and Skyview and those types of teams.
Amen. He hits the first, misses the second, so 1 for 2 for Taylor Cox. By the way, the foul was whistled on Warner. That's his second foul. 1 point lead now for Desert Hills. Childs bounce it back. Open look. 3-ball way off the mark. Comes hard off the back rim. Pass down. Weber drive. Hang. Got it.
Nice drive. Lefty layup. That's a fundamental thing that, you do your layup lines. If you do it on the left side, use your left hand in your layup line because you're going to need it in the game just like that.
14-11, Desert Hills with the lead. They tried to set it up. Baker. Baker hadn't touched the ball the last 3 times down.
That's a mistake.
It is. Get it in Robertson in the corner. Now back up top. Drive, hang. Wants to come back out with the pass, and they say he shuffled his feet. And without turning around, Bryson Child knew it. You're right.
Change his pivot foot, and and that's not really his fault. I mean, he should have kept the pivot foot there, but his teammate didn't come open. They just stood there.
Yeah, he was waiting. Somebody please move. Lindstrom way outside. Cross-court pass over to Weber. Weber give it up. Drive around. Stop. Looking down the barrel. 15-footer no good. That's Alex Sampson in the game.
Yeah, nice rebound by Childs. I see Garasoli in the game too for Snow Canyon. He didn't play till about 2 weeks ago. Played his first game, scored 8 or 9 points.
Yeah, we watched him. We were kind of very impressed with him. And a charging foul is going to go to Braden Baker. Baker got sandwiched in there. He had nowhere to go. So, okay, I'll just go right over top this guy.
Yeah, Taylor Cox taking the charge. He's like the king of taking charges, Cox. He just stands there.
That's what he does, huh? Yep. All right, 14-11 with 22 seconds to go here as Cox goes to the bench.
Yep.
Into the game is Josh Wilkins. Way outside Sampson. Delayed dribble, tries to hit a teammate and throws it away.
Good idea, you know, great drive, and he was going to dish it to a cutting teammate, but he threw it way too far out in front of him. And guy we used to call early in the year the microwave because he heats up so quick. That time just burned his burrito a little bit.
There he did. Ball comes in. Baker quickly into the forecourt. He goes down, off-balance shot. Yeah, it was way short. And at the buzzer.
Ooh, that was close.
That's an 85-foot off-the-rim shot. So, quarter number 1 in the books on the one-loss scoreboard. Desert Hills 14, Snow Canyon 11. We're back in a minute.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born, and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
All right, welcome back into the jungle with the basketball. The Warriors, they trail right now by 3, 14-11. They get the ball, get it up. Baker flips it out on the right wing. 3 ball, in and out, no good. Pretty good look there by Garasoli, but it wouldn't go down. And then at the other end, driving.
Yeah, Lindstrom beat everybody down the floor and got an easy layup.
Yeah, then he got to also have a seat because he just about got knocked out of there. So Lindstrom now with 5 points in the game. Trying to catch him there was Brooks Sampson. The other end, player goes down, no harm, no foul. Drive in, kick out, cross the lane, turn. Boy, nearly got a travel on him. A step back, 15-footer is no good. Put back up and in, Garasoli.
Wow, acrobatic play, Mike. It looked like to me he was out of position, maybe even got pushed in the back. Well, obviously then there's a foul. And somehow he got that thing up on the glass with enough English to crawl over the left side of the rim and in for a chance for a 2-and-1, or as Devin likes to say, the hoop and the harm.
And you know what? Almost as good as the shot was the exuberance right after. A fist pump, and he goes, yeah, loving it. And the free throw's good. Now a 2-point game.
Like, confidence is tough right now for Snow Canyon. Those shooters, Sampson and Warner and Staley and those guys, they're not hitting from outside. They're throwing air balls up, and right now they have to be, they have to be a little frustrated because they have open threes.
Yeah, Spencer Snow with great anticipation knocked the ball away, steals it. Warriors have it now. They trail by a bucket. Coming out to get the ball is Snow. Swing it up top. Looking for an Garasoli comes and gets it, starts to drive. Kick out, thinking about it was Sampson. Changes his mind, now he drives. Inside, 15-footer blocked out of the air and run down by Weber.
Baker kind of nonchalanted that one a little bit. He didn't hurry, and that cost him.
At the other end, a kick out, shot no.
Ooh.
Kind of an ugly 3 there by Tyler Weber.
Yeah, another way too long, didn't even hit the rim.
Garasoli with the ball. Kicks it back, now looking for help. That's Spencer Snow. And the ball is tipped and then off the hands of Baker. Braden Baker, he started out so hot, Andy. He had, let's see, 7 of the first 9 points, and he's been quiet since then.
Yeah, they're going to need him if they're going to have a chance the rest of the way, Mike. They're down 2 right now on defense, and Baker's got to show up, especially with Robertson at it. Well, he's back in the game, but Robertson not scoring much.
A long, wide-open 3, no good. The putback is no good, and the rebound, Robertson.
Boy, Tyler Mars would like to have that one back. That was an easily makeable shot.
The other end, the 3 ball off the mark, no good. Rebound taken down by Mars. Mars quickly to Allred. Allred. Couple of bounces down low. Mars give it back. Sampson turns, twists, won't go down, but he's fouled. Good hustle by the young man.
Yeah, and he was in amongst the trees. You know, Sampson goes maybe 5'6"?
Yeah.
And he's in amongst those 6'5" guys, and somehow got a shot up. Almost had a chance at a 3-point play, but he will get to the line.
Like Garasoli gets the foul. Free throw up and in by Alex Sampson. That's his first points tonight, giving his team now a 3-point lead.
Got fouled early by Garasoli. We saw on the replay there and just kind of followed through with it. Probably thought he should have made that.
And there's an over-the-back foul. That's going to be on Ryan Mars. That's his first foul.
Ryan has had some foul issues this year. And in almost every game, it seems like he gets in foul trouble. And it's because of situations like that. There was no reason for him to commit that foul, Mike. He was obviously over the back. The other player had boxed him out. And yet there he is, just making a play he shouldn't have made.
Into the forecourt, Garasoli, a little wild, but he maintained control. Kick it back out high, looking for help now. That's Sampson.
Why is Robertson hanging out in 3-point lane? Get under the basket, big fella.
Amen. Now he's straight away. Works right, left, drive, shot, no, but a foul. He did draw a foul, and that's the second quickie on Ryan Mars.
Yeah, he kind of got bailed out a little bit. Usually when a big fella starts dribbling to the top of the key, a little guy comes along and tips it away while you're dribbling. But that time there really wasn't a lot of help, and Ryan Mars was kind of left on an island.
3-point lead right now for Desert Hills, making it a 2-point lead as Joey Robertson hits his first free throw. Fabulous Freddy's free throw. Check him out either way. They're on both the east and the west side of town. Second one, got that one too.
Yep, fuel it up, wash it down. Get yourself a monthly pass so you can be a car wash addict.
A clean freak like this guy here. And losing the ball out of bounds after stealing it there. It looks like that's Cole Warner.
He actually looked like a sophomore on that play.
Yeah, that time he did, didn't he? All right, it'll be out of bounds. Allred to trigger it in underneath his own basket. Looks it to the left wing, gets it in, but nice defense as Trey Allred has to back it out. Cross-court pass. Sampson back up high. They reset. Lindstrom to Allred around the screen. Pretty good job of getting over that screen and fighting through it. Lindstrom will penetrate, kick back, shot up and in. Nicely done. Taylor Cox.
Doing a really good job of backdoor passes and a little give and go plays, a little fundamental basketball for you for Desert Hills.
19-16, again a 3-point lead. A little shake and bake drive to the hole, no, but a reach and a foul. And that foul's going to be charged to Lindstrom, and he's going to go, wait a minute. I wasn't there. That's his first, team sixth. Now he's got to go tell the coach. That guy out there in the stripe, don't buy what he's selling you. Free throw, no good.
What a struggle it's been at the line for Brooks Sampson this year. You see the drive right there. He must have got him on his shoulder there, I think. As we look at the replay, not much. Certainly not anything up in the arms. But Sampson has struggled mightily. He had a chance to ice the game against Hurricane twice and missed 4 straight free throws, but good to see him hit that one.
Yeah, 1 out of 2. It's a 2-point ball game coming up on 4 minutes remaining here on the Riverside Business Insurance clock. Kick back for a 3. That's what he likes to do. Tyler Mars.
Yeah, Tyler is actually, I think, slightly bigger than his brother, but he likes to play guard. He likes to stay outside and shoot the long ball.
Yep, he does. While Ryan He's happy to go inside and mix it up. Boy, Garrisoli shaking big to the hole, lay it in.
Sometimes as coaches we think, well, I got to save that sophomore or that young guy for later and maybe next year or whatever, and then they're just so good. Guys like Garrisoli get so good that you have to put them in the game.
Yeah. Ball is tipped away, no good on the attempt by Taylor Cox. Now we've got a reach and a foul. This one's going to go against Trey Allred, and that's his second, 7th team foul. Should be a 1-and-1 coming up. It is.
You know, I feel like there was a little dead time there for Snow Canyon as we see the reaching foul there by Allred. I felt like there was a dead time, and for Snow Canyon this year, their dead times have cost them where all of a sudden they're down 10 points. They've kind of weathered their little bit of a dead storm right now. They're only down by 3. They're going to the free throw line. Got to make your free throws, but Snow Canyon still in this thing.
Cole Warner, high arcing shot, won't stay down.
That hurts. Front end of a 1-and-1. You basically just cost your team 2 points.
6 out of 8, though, from the line for Snow Canyon here in the first half on the fabulous Freddie free throws. Swing it up to Cox over top, down low, and we got a travel.
Oh, that's a tough call for Tucker Peterson because I think blocked off to the official was the fact that a Snow Canyon player had actually slapped that ball out of his hands. He didn't have the ball anymore. You can't travel if you don't have the ball. Watch right here on the replay. See, that ball's out of his hands, and they're calling him for traveling. That's tough.
I agree with you on that one. I think you're absolutely right. The official was blocked out. But from his angle, what it looked like was a travel.
That's when another official should be able to step in and say, actually, he didn't have the ball. You can't call that. But in high school, refs don't usually overrule each other.
Yeah, no, they don't. Baker starts to drive, backs it up, goes to the hole, switches hand, no, but hello! Follow-up, Bryson Childs.
Best rebounder in the region, one of the best in the state of Utah, and you see why right there.
Absolutely. Went in amongst the trees, got it in. And it's a 1-point game, 22-21. Desert Hills with a 1-point lead over the Warriors. Sampson across the top of the key. Give it up, Weber. Weber now to Peterson. Peterson will pull the string. It's a little short. No good.
Yeah, he pulled the trigger, and then he pulled the string, which means he didn't push it hard enough.
That's right. At the other end, Garrisoli says, here's how you do it.
Who is that kid? Cade Garrisoli is his name. Didn't play a varsity game until about a week ago, and now look at him. 8
points in the game. A quick 30-second timeout, I believe. We're going to hold it here. 24-22. And what a job by Snow Canyon. You say they weathered it? They weathered it rather well. They're back in the lead.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it so many times this year where they have those dead periods and they get down big. And this time they had a dead period, but kind of Desert Hills kind of did too. And so when Snow Canyon looked up, they're like, hey, it's only a 3-point game. We got a chance here. And now you look at them, and they're in the midst right now of a 7-0 run, and that's why they have the lead.
You know, once again, it's just like the game against Pineview a week ago, and that is that I think the key right now is young Garrisoli. He's really come in off the bench and made some things happen.
I think he had, 8 in the second quarter in that Pineview game, and it really helped. That's when Snow Canyon went out to that big lead.
And a shot from the corner. Crossed and off, no good.
What a rebound by Bryson Childs. I'll tell you what, some guys have the knack, some guys have the desire, some have the ability. He's got them all.
You know, wipe the window, that was a perfect example of that. Now the ball is knocked away and is going to be grabbed and held by Weber. Weber's first 8th team foul should send the Warriors to a 1-and-1 with $1:48 remaining here in the first quarter of action. We appreciate our great sponsors again tonight. We, again, our Galleon, Welker, Beckstrom, blocker charge. I'm not sure we've had a decision to make tonight.
There hasn't been one. That's now an 8-0 run, by the way, as Childs hits the front end.
Childs with 5 points tonight, looking for his 6th in the game. The lead is 3. The lead is 4. 2, 4, 6, 7 out of 9 from the charity stripe. That was a key. One of the keys we talked about in this one.
Yeah, they're going to hit their free throws.
Desert
Hills just hadn't even had any, or very many anyway.
They've shot, they're 2 out of 4 from what I have. Yep, Lindstrom works left, midway the corner. Now he hesitates, and a pushing foul is called. And that's going to be charged to Austin Staley. Staley's been very quiet, at least scoring-wise, hasn't he? Nothing. We've got no points. That's really quiet.
Wow, that's a ticky-tack foul.
Yeah,
why are we even calling that?
Ball comes in, turn, force, no. Shot was missed, rebound taken down by Baker. Baker got a little wild, but he somehow maintained control. Now he gets it back on the angle. Says, here, come and get this thing. Now throws it in the corner. Garasoli, hesitation, skip a pass over. And whoops, you take it. No, I don't want. Whoa, wait. We're both on the same team, and we let it go. Out of bounds.
I think Staley must have thought there was somebody behind him or was going to get it, and he just let it go, and you got to catch that ball.
Yeah, 1 minute to go.
I was just going to say that, 4-point lead, and right now, remember, it's 22-17, so a 9-0 run right now for Snow Canyon, and a steal.
There we go, Staley with the steal. Loses, gets it back, hands it underneath, forcing his shot, won't go down, but a foul. And to the line will go Bryson Childs. I believe that's Alex Sampson with a foul.
Childs is a tough guy, man. He got guys riding on his back, and somehow he almost got that thing to go in.
Yeah, he kissed it up off the glass, but it rolled too far. Now he steps calmly up to the line. Knocks down his third Fabulous Freddy's free throw in a row. Desert Hills brings Josh Wilkins in, sending Taylor Cox to the bench for a breather. And that was too hard, no good. Battle for the rebound, taken away by Desert Hills. 27-22 with 38 seconds remaining in the first half. Ball denied and taken away again by Staley. To Warner. Give it up. Layup. Garasoli.
12-0 run now, Mike, with 25 seconds to go.
That young man now has 10 points in the quarter.
Who is that kid?
Yeah, I know.
Smokes.
Is there a great big S on his chest?
SC anyway.
Yeah, something like that, isn't it? All right, 8 seconds to go. Lindstrom looks for room. Back to Weber. A really deep three. Short on the rim. No good. The throw is off the mark. But the Warriors will go to the locker room. Feeling good about that first half, Andy. They lead it by 7 in a great second quarter of play.
And you know, we talked about the big three for them, Robertson, Baker, and Childs. Childs was a big part of this run, but you know what? Robertson and Baker were not. They had other guys, in particularly Cade Garasoli, step up and help them make this great run, and it's a 12-0 run as we close out the second quarter.
What a job they did. We'll bring you some stats as we go to the InfoWest halftime here. So at the half, we're going to take a 90-second break coming up here. At the half, again on the one-loss scoreboard, it is Snow Canyon 29, Desert Hills 22. We're back in 90.
There is a place where rocks bleed and nature blushes on a battlefield green with envy, where dimples determine destiny and a tiny wooden teeth holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where friends are opponents and opponents are friends, where the prize is elusive, the conquest is captivating, and the score isn't settled till the drinks are down. There is a place.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be earthquake next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool.
To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
And welcome. Once again, it's at the half here. A 7-point lead for the Snow Canyon Warriors. And what a job it was. 18 points in the second quarter. 18-8 as they have opened up the big lead here, they being Snow Canyon.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at that run, Mike, late in the half, it was a 12-0 run. They were down 22-17. But it started with Garasoli with the bucket inside. And then, a basket by Garasoli, or a situation where they were fouled. And then, rebound shot by Childs, and then a three-pointer by, Garasoli. And then Childs hitting some free throws on an offensive rebound. And, it's Cole Warner with that. I think Warner had the shot late, but those two guys, Childs and Garasoli, have been the difference in this basketball game the last couple of minutes of the half.
Yeah, you mentioned that some of the guys of the big three that we really expected to be a big part of this game. It's not bad. Braden Baker has 7 points, all in the first 4 or 5 minutes of the ball game. Joey Robertson only has 1 bucket and 2 free throws. Bryson Childs done a good job. He has 7 points as well. He scored in both quarters. But the big story right now is 10 second quarter points by the young guy, Cody Garasoli. 10 points in 1 quarter.
Is it Cody or is it Cade? I'm thinking Cade is the first name. Yeah, Cade Garasoli.
Right.
Make sure to get that right. I don't blame you for not knowing his first name, Mike, because he didn't play most of the year. I mean, a week ago, he hadn't played 1 varsity minute before that game a week ago this Wednesday, today. And he comes out, he didn't score that first game against Hurricane, but he scored 8 in the first half against Pineview, and he scored 10 in the first half here in this game against Desert Hills. And how do you game plan for a guy like Cade Garasoli? You don't. They didn't even know if he would play or not. And here he is out here hitting 3-pointers and fast break layups and making free throws and things like that. So congratulations to Cade. Of course, the job is not done. There's a lot of basketball left. But 12-0 run's pretty impressive for Snow Canyon, led by young Cade Garasoli.
Amen on that one. So, again, we're taking a look at some of the stats here in the first half of action. We certainly appreciate Wilkinson's House of Lighting and our Wilkinson stat line. By the way, Snow Canyon, here's one of our keys, has gone to the free throw line 12 times. They've knocked down 9 of the 12. 9 out of 12. Pretty good free throw shooting for the Warriors.
Yeah, really good. 75%. Every coach will take that at this level. Even at the college level, 75% they'll take. NBA, you better be closer to 80.
That's right. Now for Desert Hills, the leading scorer is Ryan Mars. He has 3 buckets and 6 points, but he, kind of like Braden Baker, did all his scoring very early in the game. He did not get a point in the second quarter. Here's the rest of the scoring. Tyler Weber, 4 points, both of his buckets first quarter. And then 5 points for Trevin Lindstrom. A Team Diato 3 and a field goal. 1 Team Diato 3 for Tyler Mars, that's it. And then 3 points, Taylor Cox on a bucket. 1 for 2 from the line. And by the way, Desert Hills has only made 4 free throw attempts. They've knocked down half of them. They are 2 out of 4 in the half. Figure it quickly. 7 points, that's the difference in the game. 7 points, the difference at the charity stripe right now.
Let's give you a couple of Hearst State's Hardware score updates as Mike finishes up the Wilkinson stats. Hearst State's Hardware is our scoreboard sponsor. They're on the corner of the Boulevard and Bluff Street in St. George and on Main Street in Cedar City. Very weird game going on over at Dixie High School. Dixie started the game with a 10-0 lead on Pineview. Pineview hits a 3 just before the buzzer at the end of the first quarter. So 10-3 at the end of the first. Pineview outscores Dixie 12-5 in the second quarter, and it's 15-15 at the half between Dixie and Pineview. I don't think they're going to be giving away a Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert in that one unless somebody catches fire.
Doesn't sound like it.
And then Canyonview with a 12-point lead on Cedar at the half. In that game, it's 27-15. Falcons leading the Redmond. Like I said, the Falcons had that one circled on their calendar because they wanted revenge over Cedar after losing to them early in the season. So there's your Hearst Ace Hardware Region 9 scoreboard update. And I believe, Mike, we have some highlights if we want to get our guys in the truck to roll over. Nice job by the state champions Snow Canyon cheerleaders.
Yep.
Here's a look. Early on, it was Braden Baker. Stop and pop, transition 3.
That's perfect. Square it up, knock it down.
Baker, little runner in the lane. He had, as you mentioned, 7 points, but they were all in the first 4 minutes of the game.
Yep.
That time he got the steal, one of the league leaders in steals. Other side, Lindstrom, though, with the 3. And then I love that give and go. Joey Robertson. And then there's Garrisoli. How about Kane Garrisoli? Little sophomore out there getting the job done. As he was able to really help put this thing together. Nice little runner off the glass. Who's afraid? Who's a young guy? Who doesn't care about that stuff?
That's right.
Kane Garrisoli doesn't care about that stuff. And he pops a 3 from the left side. The only problem is varsity may miss him. JV may miss him because I don't think they're going to let him play much JV anymore the way he's playing varsity.
He certainly earned his position to play there. So excellent job done there. You noticed, I mean, he's doing things that he's playing much more than a young guy there. You know, stop and go on the dribble. You said he has no fear. Is that an old shirt now? No fear to anymore?
It makes sense.
I'm so out of it. I don't know. But anyway, he's played extremely well. And again, 10 second quarter points. Take another 1 minute break here at the half. We'll come back, take a look at the rest of the ball game, and see how things are going. We gave you the updates on the other games. It's a great night of high school basketball here in the jungle. 29-22 Snow Canyon. Back in a minute.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs.
And you learned how to not ignore yours.
I discovered how to make healthier meals.
And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
All right, welcome back once again. Thanks for joining us. Mike and Andy here from Snow Canyon High School, where right now the hometown Warriors looking pretty good. And there's no doubt there's a lot of basketball coming up. But as it looked at last quarter, Andy, I tell you, the Warriors, they just started to have things happen for them. So to me, I can always look at it two ways. Okay, you had a young guy you didn't expect, stepped up. Can he continue to do that? I don't know. However, then you got a couple of other guys, vis-a-vis Braden Baker and Joey Robertson, frankly kind of disappeared in that second quarter. Are they going to step up and score some points?
Yeah, and I don't know if Joey didn't play as much in the second quarter. I don't know if fatigue was a factor. I know they didn't post him up very much, and that's something that coach is always concerned about, is working inside out and getting it to Robertson. I think that's going to be a huge key to the second half. We revisit our Camping World keys. I think getting Robertson involved in the offense is important in this game. By the same token, you know, Ryan Mars got in foul trouble early, got 2 fouls quick early in the second quarter, and didn't play that much in the rest of the second quarter. Mars is a guy I think Desert Hills has got to turn to in the post. They need easy baskets out of Ryan Mars, and then the three-point shot has got to show up for Desert Hills. It hasn't been there so far. They got, 1 or 2?
2, you're right. Tyler Mars hit 1, and then Trevin Lindstrom.
But they've had some open looks, and they haven't gone in.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at the free throws, and we talked about the fact that Snow Canyon went 9 out of 12, and you know what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players got to the line. I think that's huge. Bryson Childs, you mentioned his ability to go in, look for a rebound. And what's helping him play so well here tonight, he's getting fouled, then he's walking up. He's knocked down 3 out of 4. That makes a big difference. Brooke Sampson has scored. Joey Robertson, 2 for 2. Braden Baker, 2 for 2. If they can continue to shoot like that, I think that's a huge key for the Snow Canyon Warriors.
As for Desert Hills, they did not score for 4 minutes. The last 4 minutes of the second quarter, not a single point. The last point they had was that three-pointer by Tyler Mars, and they've got to figure out a way to get easy baskets. I mentioned that I thought they had some good looks from three in the game and just didn't hit them, but you also got to mix in some layups with that. That's what they were so good at in the first quarter. You look at their first three baskets all by Ryan Mars, they were all layups. They need more of that.
They only hit 3 baskets, Andy, in that second quarter complete. There was a triple by Tyler Mars, and then Taylor Cox got a putback. Trevin Lindstrom hit a jumper. They got one more point when Alex Sampson went 1 out of 2 from the charity stripe. You got to do more than score 3 buckets in a quarter. They're going to come back. Let's take a final 1-minute break. We'll be back. Second half of action on the way. 29-22 Warriors back in 1.
There is a place where young and old make connections, where kids feel like grown-ups, and grown-ups feel like kids. There is a place where beauty arises in contrast, where wonder is universal, and laughter second nature. There is a place where friends find a future, families find each other, and feelings find their home. There is a place.
Hi, once again, we welcome you back. Just a quick Ron's Boulevard Shell look ahead, as we'll be back on Friday night right here on Sports Radio 97.7 ESPN. I'll be with the call. Invite you to join us for that. And he's going north up to Canyon View High School, as I remember, Dixie and Canyon View.
Red hot Canyon View. Probably be winners of 5 in a row when they host Dixie on Friday night. And you'll be over at Pineview High School as the Hurricane Tigers and the Pineview Panthers do battle. And that went double overtime last time those two played.
And those two both got to be real hungry for wins right now. Here we go. 8 minutes on the clock. Quarter 3 ready to go. And with the ball to start it off here are the Thunder of Desert Hills, working the outside, working around to Mars. Mars kickback. Lindstrom down a barrel.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like I said, they had looks in the first half, and they've got to bury him. You get an open look, you got too good of shooters to let those go by the wayside, and Lindstrom made it play.
That's a great start for them. Just a very calculated, looked like they were ready for that. Baker drives, hangs to the left hand, blocked away by Mars. Taken by Desert Hills, quickly down on the wing. Peterson back to the basket, kicks it out now to Weber.
We didn't talk much about Peterson. He was the other guy that was in foul trouble in the first half. He and Ryan Mars didn't play a whole ton.
Yeah, 2 fouls early, but he's in there right now. Hesitation, drive, hang, fall away, off the glass and in.
Wow, very, very good shot for Tucker Peterson.
Quick 5-0 start, now down to just a 2-point game. They're making a statement early against the Snow Canyon Warriors. Technically no shot by the Warriors. The only attempt was blocked away. Baker, now they go down low on the baseline, drive in, nice layback shot up and in there by Childs.
Yeah, good body control to kind of reach back and get that up off the glass.
Back to a 4-point lead at 31-27. Peterson to Lindstrom, wrap it down low. Mars around his man, scoop it up and in.
Well, and we give Childs credit for making a nice move as Snow Canyon turns it over out of bounds, but he played kind of soft defense on that bucket by Mars.
Yeah, Mars made him pay. It was an easy turn and go to the bucket. 31-29 with 6:20 to go here in quarter number 3. That 7-0 lead, or that 7-point lead, down to a 2-point lead under 2 minutes.
Well, you knew Desert Hills was going to make a run. Did you know it would be this quickly?
No, that's just it. Nice feed to the baseline. Double pump, won't go down. Jump, Peterson comes up with a blocked away from behind by Robertson. to Baker. Baker drives, tried to get it along the base, and I believe he mishandled it. It kind of came out of his hand, and he wanted to wrap it down that baseline. Instead, he threw it out of bounds.
Well, he actually got away with the travel, and I think that's why he didn't argue about losing the ball out of bounds or being fouled, because he traveled first anyway.
There you go. Allred walks it into the front court. Right to the top of the key. Now he works right. Hands it off Peterson. Peterson bounced, nobody there. Baker has it off to the races. Tried to hammer it down, and he missed it. Big mistake by Baker. The shot at the other end, no good. Rebound, we got a jump ball.
I'm sure the coach is going to say, look, lay it in if you're not sure.
Yep.
But, how do you criticize a guy for trying to go in and hammer and ignite the crowd right in front of the student section?
Yeah.
You can't blame him, right?
I don't blame him. No, it was in a crowd. I mean, he had to get up and try to put it down.
If I could get up there, I'd dunk it. I'd try.
It's been
about 30 years since I could get up there, though.
I know that feeling. I think I touched the rim once when I was in college.
But it was only 9 feet.
I know. Look, you get rid of all my good stories here. Baker, driving to the hole now, kick it out. Robertson fakes right, goes left, spin. Cannot get the shot away. Kick it out, a triple, no good by Baker. Ball to the floor. Baker goes after it, gets it back to Childs. Childs on the wing now, he'll shoot it. Shot short, no good. Rebound hauled down by Baker, blocked away from behind. Blocked away again. 2 blocked shots, and now we're going to have a foul. And I believe it's going to be against Childs.
Yeah, I think he thought he got fouled, and he's you know what, I'm down here. I got fouled. They didn't call it. Maybe they won't call it on me.
And they didn't. They called it on Robertson. I'm surprised. Joey Robertson gets his first second half team foul. Boy, getting kind of rough on the play, 31-29. Allred goes all the way to the base. They force him out. He kicks out. Lindstrom wide open. Drops it in.
Team D auto Trey on a great pass from Trey to Lindstrom.
And that's back-to-back trays. And now nearly a steal. Baker saved it. Now they throw it away. Ahead it goes. Mars, will he hammer? No, he lays it in. And one.
Wow, who knew this lead would evaporate so quickly?
Wow.
They got the lead with that 3-point shot by Lindstrom. Now they've got a 3-point lead and a chance for an and one.
Foul's going to be charged to Baker. Baker's going to go sit down. That's Braden Baker's second foul. He's frustrated right now. The shots aren't falling.
Just got his shot blocked. He thought he was fouled. He turned the ball over on the previous possession.
And no good. Again, strong board, Bryson Childs. So Mars got the bucket, not the free throw. 3-point lead for Desert Hills.
Well, I don't know much, Mike, but I know if I need a rebound, there's one guy in the region I'm going to call first, and it's Bryson Childs.
Yep, you got that. Robertson in the lane. Nice move, but he can't get it down. And now a tip away and a foul charge to Brooks Sampson.
$1 million move by Mr. Joey Robertson, but he forgot one little problem. You can make that great move, but you got to put enough English on it to get it off the glass and in.
Yeah.
Look at the spin right there. Maybe he had too much spin. Maybe that was the problem. It was too much.
Yeah, that was mine. That was in, or should have been. All right, Ryan Mars with the ball. Works to the left wing, skipping way outside Lindstrom. Lindstrom will drive, hesitation, dribble, beautiful cross the pass. Ball is blocked, but a foul. And that's going to be number 3, I think. It is on Joey Robertson. Remember all that good stuff we were saying about the Warriors in the first half? They're in a little bit of trouble. They're down 3, and their big guy has 3 fouls.
That's a tough break for him. I thought that if there was a foul, it was the guy off ball, not the guy in front of him. And tough call for Joey. Let's take a look at it here again on the replay. See, I don't think Joey fouled him. He got his hands on the ball, and he turned around like, that's on me?
Right.
Really?
He'll go to the bench, however, as they replace him. Second free throw up and good by Ryan Mars. He is 1 for 2 in the second half. Desert Hills 1 out of 3. They double them up, and now we've got a reach and a foul, and that's going to be number 3 on Trey Allred.
Yeah, I'm glad the referee called that foul because you can trap a guy, but when he steps through the trap, you can't reach down there and slap at the ball. That's a reaching foul every time in my book. Some refs don't call it, though.
Well, apparently that one agrees with you. Long pass out, catch, square, shoot, on, no good. Garrisoli's back in the game. And the ball goes off and out of bounds. Laying on the end line actually was Brooks Sampson.
Yeah, good hustle to get his hand on the ball, Mike, but he was going to the floor and the ball came loose, and it was really an easy call for the official.
Alex Sampson walks it into the front court. His team up by 4, 35-31. Mars kick it to Lindstrom. Back down to Mars. Mars is blocked, and a foul is whistled.
That'll be on Spencer Snow, but right now it's a matter of Desert Hills has come out with a little bit of a fire lit under him, and Snow Canyon has been a little passive.
Yeah, they gave that foul, by the way, to Childs.
Really?
Yep.
I guess that's okay. He didn't have any, right?
Yeah, that's his first. So free throws up and in by Tyler Mars. He's now 1 for 2. And it's a 4-point lead.
On the video, Spencer's like, I didn't foul him. You're right, Spencer. You didn't. Tyler, it was
that
actually somebody else.
Right
Bryson,
there.
yeah.
Second one up and in as well. Now it's, 37-31. Full court pressure. Broken easily into the forecourt. Comes Garrisoli. They double him up. Dives on the basketball. Now that is a senior move by a young man.
Yeah.
The ball was knocked away.
And he's a sophomore.
Yeah, the ball was knocked away from behind. He literally dove and got it, called a timeout. We'll take it with him. 60-second break, 37-31. Desert Hills back in 1.
Retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak, and I appreciated it very much, the attention that was given. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
Welcome back to live action. Warriors shoot an air ball. Ball taken out of the air by Desert Hills. They have the ball in the lead now by 6. Stolen away by Snow Canyon. Give it up to Garrisoli. Hands it back now deep in the corner. Shot down low. Backside. Nice across the lane pass. And layup, Spencer Snow.
They needed that really bad. They'd only scored 2 points in almost 6 minutes before that.
And the ball is tipped away. Finally, Mars picks it up, turns, lays it in. That's Ryan Mars.
Yeah.
39-33.
Big quarter for Desert Hills. Dixie also big quarter. They outscored Pineview 23-10 in the third quarter and lead 38-25 after 3 on our Thursday's Hardware scoreboard update.
Right now, it is a 17-4 run. Snow shot, no good. Ball is tipped. Garrisoli tried to hide. Can't do that when you're the lone man out there that reached in. And that's going to be his second foul. Cade gets the second personal. 6 in the second half. Only 1 foul right now on Desert Hills.
Canyon View still in control at Cedar with a 36-25 lead at the end of the third quarter of that game. Of course, we'll be looking for a Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert. Maybe Dixie will get to that thing.
That's right.
We're hoping we'll get there, too. 55 points or more, you get free 5-ounce yogurt at Yogurtland.
Ball nearly stolen away, but Mars gets it back and goes in and goes right over top of Snow. So Tyler Mars, that's his first personal. Good decision by Snow. He could see that Tyler was going to the hole. Just stands your ground, young man.
Look at the replay. It looked like Mars trying to jump to the side of Snow, not to have too much contact, but referee felt like there was enough.
Bounce pass. Whoa, what a nice pass off. And a good job by Brooks Sampson, first bucket of the night. Back to a 4-point game. Ball is nearly stolen away. Lindstrom, and now we've got a foul. Going after it, Brooks Sampson. That's like got there about a half a step late. And that's 7 fouls.
Snow Canyon already 17 fouls in less than 7 minutes. And 1-and-1 free throws coming for Dixie. Talk about our keys to the game, Mike. What was one of the big ones is free throws.
Free throws.
And Desert Hill's going to get a lot of them here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, Snow Canyon had 12 in the first half. Zip, not a nothing here so far in the quarter. Meanwhile, 3 out of 5 for Desert Hills. Make that 4 out of 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't add out of 7. There we go. And for Tucker Peterson, that's his first free throw and 3rd point only of the game.
Double figure score. They expect more out of him.
Yep. And it's in and out, no good. Guess who? The Child's up tough for the rebound.
Step back 3, got it. Braden Baker, one of the top 3-point shooters in the entire region, got a team DeAuto 3 and cut it to 2.
Yeah, he's got 10 points in the game. That's his first point since the first quarter. Bounce it out high. 45 seconds remaining in this quarter. Stolen away off to the races. Garasoli stops. Forstner wouldn't go, but he is going to get a couple of free throws.
Well, young fella, he was afraid of getting his shot blocked, and so he tried to stop in the pump fake. It didn't quite work, but he did draw the personal foul and a chance for some free throws and maybe tie the game, Mike. But, you know, this is varsity. You got to go full speed as hard as you can and hit that layup on the run.
Tyler Weber gets the foul. That's his second. Just a 3rd on them this quarter. And no, Garasoli can't buy it. He's now 1 out of 2.
Pump fake there. You know, he makes that shot. I guess I eat my words, and it's a great job and a 3-point play. But, I just feel like when you're on the fast break and the guy is next to you or behind you, go all the way hard.
Up, yeah.
And, maybe you have a better chance of a 3-point play.
And he missed them both. Tough shooting there for that young man. Ended up empty. Looked like he had an easy layup. 27 seconds remaining in the quarter. 2-point game. Desert Hills 40-38 over Snow Canyon. Right now, PH Thunder says hold for 1.
One shot. Lindstrom out near half court.
Starts to move, hands it to Allred. Allred will run the point. Right, left, comes back, gets it to Peterson. Peterson drives, hangs, and should have had a charge. Didn't get it. Instead, they get the layup.
Yeah, tough call, but a good play as he gets rid of the ball. Refs it just swallows the whistle, and the basket makes it a 4-point game.
So we'll take a break. 42-38, Desert Hills back in 1.
Fast-paced family life in need of a slowdown?
Hello, I'm Dr. Spruce. Did you know all those green shapes on maps are parks and forests? It's true. Visit discovertheforest.org and plan to visit a park or forest near you, instead of just wondering what it would have been like.
While the word forest might make you think of distant lands from far, far away, please note parks and forests are closer than you think, which means things like beautiful scenery, fresh air, and family time are also closer than you think.
There is a place where the sun doesn't hide in the winter, where the greens stay green and the crimson canyons still glow. There is a place where dimples determine destiny, and a tiny wooden tee holds the outcome in the balance. There is a place where we drive for show, putt for dough, and settle the score with another round. There is a place.
All right, 8 minutes put up on the clock. And we have got some sort of illegal move by Desert Hills. They turn it over. So now the Warriors have it back. And they trail by just 4 going into the fourth quarter. In the corner, the ball goes. Looking for help. Can't find anybody. Finally gets it out high. They reset. Garasoli across the top of the key. Pass down low. Too tough. Oh, right in the lane was Childs. Just simply was not expecting the pass.
Yeah, a little bullet pass by Spencer Snow. Maybe a little too hard for as close as he was, but they trade turnovers. Snow Canyon, again, they had that big lull again, Mike, but they're still in this thing. It's only a 4-point game.
Amen on that. Kick out, wide open, look at a triple! And that was Weber knocks it down.
Yeah. And he was wide open. He had time to load up the cannon, so to speak.
And that's his first Team Diallo triple of the game.
That's a big one, though. 7-point game. We just went from 4 to 7.
Forcing it inside. Tucker Peterson, I believe, will get the foul. That's his third in the ball game.
You like the jump stop by Childs on that one?
I did.
Big old giant hop.
And he did it correctly, right?
Yeah, and he got himself to the line. Very legal play.
Got to get the free throws, though. They left a couple just a few moments ago. That's up and in. Childs is now 4 out of 5 from the charity.
Tail end of it there on the replay, but that was a big old jump stop.
Childs hits them both. It's a 5-point lead, Desert Hills. Coming up on 7 minutes. Allred trying to direct. Line goes around a high screen all the way to the hole. Got it high off the glass and in.
Is that Trey's first basket tonight?
It is. It is. And it's back to a 7-point lead.
Like a lot of the little guys, you got to get it high up over the big guys.
Yep. Pass to the right side, nearly stolen. Now it is stolen. Now a reach and a foul. This one's going to go against Brooks Sampson, his third. Snow Canyon, I tell you right now, looks like they may be panicking just a little bit. They're not down that much, but they realize they can't get down anymore.
Well, and you don't have your big dog out on the floor right now. Robertson taking a break, and Snow is just not an offensive threat. So basically their offense right now is down to Childs and Baker.
Shot no good after the rebound. And so it remains 47-40 with 6:30 to go in the ball game. Desert Hills with the lead. Ball up to Childs. Childs to Sampson. Back out Garasoli. Starts to drive, finds Baker. Sampson in the corner. Garasoli not afraid, but it won't go down. High rebound. Down low. Layup missed. No good. Now a battle for the rebound, and the foul is going to go to Spencer Snow.
It's a fantastic pass by Baker and Snow. You know, like I said, he's not an offensive threat. He's a football player who happens to be on a basketball team and misses the puppy there. And, that's too bad because they really needed that bucket. And, Joey Robertson would have hit it.
Looks like he thought about, what should I do here? In the last second, he thought, I'll just shoot it. But by then, he was way short on a short shot. And Robertson checks back in the game for the Warriors. Free throw up and in by Mars. Ryan Mars now 2 out of 3. And a timeout.
Kind of a nice tackle. Snow, one of the leading tacklers in Region 9. He had a nice tackle on that one.
48-40. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back. That's the time remaining in the game. 6:06. Back in 30.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to SaveTheFood.com.
Welcome back. Glad to have you with us. We're down to 6:06 in this one, and kind of get the feel that maybe Desert Hills slowly starting to pull away in this one. Oh, that free throw by Mars, no good. So they left one right there. It's 48-40. And a three-pointer, no good. And a foul is whistled. Foul's going to be charged to Ryan Mars. That's 3 on him. 15 foul.
This is really a big time of the game. It's an 8-point lead. You know, if Snow Canyon can hit a couple of buckets here, make a little mini run, we got a game. If Desert Hills makes a little mini run, it's a blowout. And Snow Canyon is you've got to start thinking about the offseason, because you go 2-6 in region, there's a very slim chance you're going to make any kind of playoffs.
And the shot is short by Brooks Sampson. He's now 1 out of 3 from the charity stripe with just 3 points in the game. Second one, good. He's got another one because it was a three-pointer. He's got one more coming up.
Yeah, it was a little short, but the nice little shooter's touch, little backspin on the ball. Do that same thing, and you make it 2 out of 3.
Got it.
Need some stops now. Snow Canyon's got to get stops if they want to have a chance here.
Under 6 to go, 48-42. Peterson with the ball. He's way outside, across the top of the key, keeps the dribble alive, and holds on and kisses it off the glass.
That was over Childs, who contested hard and had a hand in his face, and that's just a great player. Tucker Peterson making a great play.
He just took that ball and he wrapped it up under his arm, and the ball is blocked and then lost out of bounds by Snow Canyon. Again, maybe a little lackadaisical on the deep shot from the corner, but the defense that Desert Hills got there and got a hand on the ball. Now it's an 8-point lead with a little over 5 minutes remaining in the game.
What do you do?
Wow.
Again, same kind of thing. You drive to the hole, but this time, as he went up and the contest came, he dished it off for an easy layup.
Yeah, they're really taking control. Biggest lead of the game now at 10 points for Desert Hills. Cross-court pass, Baker. Baker is fouled, and the ball somehow finds its way up and in.
Good athlete, you know, and again, Baker's doing what he can to try to keep his team in the game. They've got Garasoli under control. Robertson's been quiet. Baker, the guy keeping his team in the game as we go to timeout.
So a little break in the action, and it's a full break. Let's take another 30-second break. Make sure we don't miss any of the action. 8-point lead right now for Desert Hills. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Hey, once again, we certainly appreciate all of our great sponsors. Nice job also by the TV crew here tonight. Great camera work. Appreciate the action there in the truck. And now we are 3 points away from possible free dessert. How about that?
Dixie did not get that done, so we need Desert Hills to get it done tonight. Although Dixie did get the game done. In fact, their defense was amazing. They gave up 3 points in the first quarter. They gave up 10 in the third quarter. And they gave up just 5 in the fourth quarter.
Baker missed the free throw, got a second return shot, no good. But up high for the rebound, guess who? Bryson Childs. He'll go to the line on the fourth foul on Tucker Peterson.
I guess to make myself clear on our Hearst State's Hardware scoreboard, Dixie wins over Pineview 49-27. Gave up 12 second-half points, did the Flyers at home.
Wow. Bryson Childs misses, and now Snow Canyon Warriors, and it's back to the old story, unfortunately, leaving points at the line. And he missed them both.
And their own worst enemies.
And the ball is taken away, and if that's a foul on Peterson, and he's already started, he's out of the game.
Well, he got out hustled on the rebound and tried to make up for it. Credit to Brooks Sampson there, but you know, I don't think Snow Canyon understands you cannot leave these points sitting there. I mean, they've missed a bunch of free throws here, you know, in this game, and especially they've missed 4 out of their last 6. You put those 4 points on the board, we've got a 4-point game.
Yeah, Coach Turley is out arguing with the officials.
Wade Turley, one of the nicest guys. I can't imagine, you know, what he's saying.
Do you know what he's doing? I really believe he's just buying a little time to get his guy into the game. Seriously,
I think, yes, sir. I like your pair of pants. Where did you get those pants? I want to get a pair like that, sir. And where'd you get your haircut? That's a nice haircut.
He was just chatting there. Now they do bring Mars back in. Ryan had gone to the bench with 3, but now out of the game is Tucker Peterson. Tough night for that young man. And this time, finally, the free throw goes in by Brooks Sampson. So Snow Canyon, they're not dead, but they're still down 7. But now 4:47 to go in the game. And the second one, no good, off to the side.
That's 4 misses out of their last 5 free throws.
Yep. Coach Sorensen up yelling for come out, guys. Got to get pressure on them. Can't leave the likes of a Lindstrom or somebody out there high. Now he goes down low. Layup will not go down. And last touch by Desert Hills. Out of bounds. It belongs to the Warriors. 4:23 remaining in the ball game. Warriors are not dead and gone in this one.
Nope, need a bucket here, though, Mike. We're down to 4:20 left, and they're down 7. Got to score.
Into the forecourt. Give it up, Robertson. Out high. Moves left, looking for help. Finds Garasoli. Garasoli back to Baker. Baker starts to drive, loses the ball. Just popped right out of his hand, and that was about the worst thing you could do. All red go. Feed it back. Stolen away. Ahead it goes. Baker. Ahead of the crew this time, misses the poppy, and he knocks it out of bounds.
This time he decides not to dunk it. I'll go for the first sure layup and leaves that short as well. Frustrating.
He is struggling here tonight, and he's going to end up in double figures. And he quickly into the forecourt, inside kick out, 3 ball, too hard, no good. And they're going to call a foul on Robertson. No,
I think it's a good call.
I do too.
Weber came flying in lower, and sometimes the low guy gets the benefit of the doubt, but not this time. Robertson was there to the ball first.
So again, with a chance to close the gap with the clock stopped.
We watched the replay again on that one, Mike, and it was pretty obvious that, he came in low, he came in hard, and Robertson had 2 hands on the ball before he got there.
Well, Robertson needs to hit some free throws, and he misses the free throw. Front end of a 1-and-1. Robertson has only got 1 bucket in the game. Now he's 2 out of 3 from the free throw line. 3:20 remaining in the game. Drive, hang, backdoor pass. No, but a foul. Foul's going to be on Robertson.
That's just breaking him down on the dribble, Mike. Weber broke him down, made the nice pass. And by the time the defender gets his head, that's Robertson gets his head whipped around. Mars is already trying to lay it in, and all you can do is foul him and hope he misses the free throws.
To the charity stripe. Mars on his way. Look at that.
Wow, not very often you see a ball hang on the rim like that.
And then crawl back in. Shot up and good by Ryan Mars. Got 1 more, and he just nails that one. That might be the nail in the coffin for the Warriors.
Well, let's not wrap anything up. We got to get that Holbrook Asphalt big score dessert, Mike.
That's right. 1 more point. Baker looking for help. Work it to the right wing. Childs. Fake, bounce, jump. Three-pointer short on the rim, no good. And the rebound hauled in by Mars. Mars looking for help. Ball is loose. Baker comes up with it. And I think they're going to have a foul on the floor. And that's going to be number 4 on Allred.
And give credit to, Snow Canyon. They're not giving up.
Right.
They're out there giving effort 100%. But besides effort, you got to have, some skill. And free throw shooting hasn't been a skill for them tonight. If you look at their free throws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They've missed 5 out of the last 6, and one of those was a front end of 1-and-1, and they just missed again.
Yeah, Baker just can't buy one. Baker is 0 for 2 in the quarter. He hit his first 2 way back in the first quarter. It's like his shooting skills are over on the bench somewhere. That one also no good. Tough one. Ball knocked out of bounds by Bryson Childs. And the Warriors, boy, it's going to be an easy thing to look back, unfortunately, for Snow Canyon if they go on to lose this and say, we think we understand why.
Well, they missed 7 out of 8, their last 8 free throws, Mike.
Yeah, that's why.
Rocket scientists get that down, and there it is again.
And a foul on Spencer Snow.
Tyler Mars showing his athleticism. That time he goes high above Snow. Snow tried to block it, but Mars was up above him.
Yeah, he's long and lean. Lays it up and in. 1 free throw because the ball went in.
Coach Turley. There's a good look at Tyler Mars. He's a good-looking kid. Can't shoot free throws, though.
And a rebound, or the free throw, no good. Rebound tip did not go down. And the Warriors have it. Step back. Drive, try to scoop it up and in, couldn't get it. And a rebound taken down. Now a foul. That's a frustration foul on Brooks Sampson, his 4th.
Yeah, he tried to go in and draw the foul. And instead of worrying about the shot and everything, he was just trying to get fouled and threw up a prayer that wasn't answered. And then, like you said, frustratingly, then commits that reach from behind right there.
So, by the way, the free dessert is yours, folks. 56 points tonight by Desert Hills. And they lead it by 11 with a couple of free throw attempts coming up right now.
Stop by tonight at Yogurtland. 5 ounces of free yogurt, and anything above 5 you can pay for.
Yep.
But all of that's brought to you by Holbrook Asphalt. Our big score dessert here on ESPN Radio.
Robertson checks back in, sitting down Spencer Snow. 2:23 to go in the game. Could be a 13-point lead if Allred hits this. He's short, no good. So the rebound to the Warriors. They got to get buckets and get them in a hurry. Drive, hang, kick back, 3 ball, too hard, no good. Battle, and Lindstrom runs down the board. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the game. Looks like Desert Hills going to pull one off on the road as they lead by 12 over Snow Canyon. Start the drive, cut off, hand to Allred. Allred has the ball taken right out of his hands. Thrown away. Allred, give it to Mars, lay it up and in.
Bad luck that time for the Snow Canyon Warriors. They hustled hard and had a steal, but they just lost it.
14-point lead with 1.5 minutes to go. Oops. And another bad pass.
Yeah, Robertson was cutting to the hole. Childs thought he was going to stay in the corner and shoot a 3. Threw it where he wasn't.
Yep. 1:29 to go in this one, so we have Dixie getting a win tonight.
Yeah, we can start looking at the standings.
Yep.
The very fiery Bryson Childs almost got another technical. He's had a couple this year.
He got a good look by the official there, but that's just his 2nd foul of the game. Kind of academic, I think, right now. The lead 14 with 1:27 to go. And to the free throw line goes Tyler Weber. So Dixie now has won 7 straight in the region. Now, how many times you see balls go around every part of the rim, hang, and then drop in?
Yeah, Weber
Wow.
And I think the last couple have been by Ryan Mars, but that time Weber got his money's worth.
He did. I'm sure he touched every part of the rim at least twice. And that one goes down in and comes out again. Snow Canyon all the way to the right wing. It's going to be tipped, taken away. No, can't quite get it. Running after it was Weber. Grabbed it, but he'd already bounced it off the side court.
Well, he knew. He was like, ah. In fact, I don't know, maybe if he'd have sold it a little better, the ref might have let him get away with it. Maybe not, too.
Maybe not. That's right. So Pineview drops to 2 and 6. Drive to the base, kick back, deep three, air ball. Lindstrom with the board, looking for help and get it to Mars in the forecourt. Got to get a little desperation going here. Stealing away ahead the pass. Derosoli lay it up and in.
Been about, almost exactly 2 minutes since they'd scored, and this thing's starting to get out of hand, and it's definitely going to be a Desert Hills win tonight, but it's good to see the sophomore getting that experience.
It is, and that's his first bucket since that 10-point second quarter. I think he's played pretty well, but they were more ready for him, I'll say, in the second half. How about that? All right, once again, we have some more great action coming up on Friday night. Andy will go north. I'm going to kind of hang around here.
Last time I went to Cedar was December 23rd, and everybody says, well, how do you remember that date? I remember that date because that was the blizzard of 2017 night. I went into Cedar High School. Desert Hills was playing there, and Chris Holmes works with us here in Cherry Creek Radio doing the Cedar games, and his wife was with him up in the booth there, and at halftime she left, and he came over to me in the commercial break between the third and fourth quarter, and he said, Andy, I hate to tell you this, but it's snowing like hell out there. And I said, it is? And he said, yeah, my wife just texted me. And sure enough, I go outside. I have the world's shortest postgame show.
Yeah.
I go outside. There's a foot of snow on my car, and it takes me an hour and a half to get home from Cedar driving 30 miles an hour on the freeway because of the blizzard. So I still owe Devin Dixon on that one.
There you go.
He needs to buy me dinner or something for that. Because we traded, he gave me that game.
That is right. 13-point lead with under a minute to go. Lindstrom threading it in and out, gets it into the forecourt, now swings it up high, Allred. And they work it to the baseline. Mars, hammer down. Tyler Mars, a little emphasis here at the end of the game.
Yeah, we might have to make sure that makes the highlight reel tonight, huh?
I think so. Ball is lost the handle on, but then Allred knocks it out of bounds. 25 seconds to go. And
you guys got to roll that. I hope they have that dunk for us over there in the truck. You got to roll that dunk. We don't get a dunk that often in games.
That's right.
There he is. Asking, you shall receive.
There we go, huh? Wow.
Ooh, one-hander.
Shot no good. Rebound. The ball taken away.
Thanks, Marcus. You the man.
And laying on the ground, I don't know if he's hurt or he's not happy. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Went up. The shot was no good. They battled for the rebound.
And Mike, we got some another final for you. So on our Hearst States Hardware scoreboard, 2 games have gone final now. Dixie did beat Pineview 49-27. Dixie now 7-0 in region, and Canyon View has won 5 straight region games. They beat Cedar 55-36. So Canyon View now at 5-3 in region. Pineview drops to 2-6. And Cedar drops to 1-7. But Dixie at 7-0, undefeated in region play.
Wow. Now we do have the injured player still on his back down there.
Who is that, Mike? Did you see?
I did not see. See if I can pick up who it. Well, I'm not sure. He went up and he went right to the floor. Saw him reach to his back, but I'm not going to try to figure it out.
Maybe landed on his tailbone or something.
Could have done. Could have done. Now he's getting up. Ow.
That Cox again.
That's Cox.
With the concussion problems he's had this year.
It's a lower back deal, but at least he's up and walking off the court, so that's good. Yep, Taylor Cox.
And he left the game. One of those Burns Arena, those Coach Walker Classic games. He was woozy, man. He was not in the building mentally. I hope that doesn't happen again to him.
The foul, by the way, was charged on Joey Robertson, so officially he's out of the game, which was 4 points tonight. And
seems like the really good teams in the region have taken Joey out of games, haven't they?
Yep, they
Dixie
have.
and Desert Hills.
And a free throw is up and good by Josh Wilkins. So that young man, I believe he played a minute or so in the first half. First opportunity here in the second half, and he's going to make the best of it.
He had some big minutes in the middle part of region play about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, but hasn't gotten as much playing time lately.
Long three-pointer, well off the mark, no good by the Warriors, and with 8 seconds remaining, that should be it. In the game, by the way, is Mason Chase, and they're just going to run the time, and that's it. So the Warriors lose on their home floor, and they give up 63 points in the event. And it's definitely still a game, Andy, that 16 points is not indicative of the kind of game it was for much of the game, but give credit to Desert Hill.
Yeah, all you have to do is look at the halftime score. It was 29-22 Snow Canyon on top, but I'll tell you what, that first about the 4 or 5 minutes of the third quarter was a clinic in basketball by the Desert Hill Thunder. They came out motivated, not only motivated, but they executed in the half-court set and got basket after basket, plus free throws, hit a couple of big three-pointers by Trevin Lindstrom, and they erased that lead in a big hurry. In fact, they actually took the lead with 4:30 to go in the third quarter, so it took them 3.5 minutes to erase that 7-point deficit, and then over the next couple of minutes after that, they've got a 6-point lead, and they didn't trail again after that.
All right, let's take a 90-second break. We'll come back. We'll take a look at the honors. We'll watch some highlights in the game tonight, and we'll give you some final stats on the ball game. That's all ahead. Stay with us. Desert Hills improves to 6-2. They win at 63-47. We're back in 90.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana.
$150/90.
180/111.
160/110. I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure looks like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a stroke are far from invisible or silent. If you've come off your treatment plan, get back on it, or talk with your doctor to create an exercise, diet, and medication plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
If I would have followed a treatment plan, I would not be in this situation.
All right, welcome back once again. Thanks for joining us as we jump right in to the Johnson Pediatric Postgame Show. And boy, I tell you, talk about a game of halves for Snow Canyon. An incredible first half, and frankly, a terrible second half of play.
Well, the Warriors closed the first half on a 12-0 run. They had a 29-22 lead at the break, but you knew things were going to be different in the second half on the first shot of the second half when Trevin Lindstrom swished 10 seconds in, switched to three-pointer. Just like that, it was a 4-point game, and then that was part of a 15-2 run for Desert Hills that changed the 29-22 deficit into a 37-31 lead, and they never trailed the rest of the game.
You know, free throw shooting, unofficially, I have in the second half, the Warriors only hit 5 of 14. They missed 9 tries in that second half. And Braden Baker went 0 for 3 after hitting only 2 of the first half. He went ice cold. If you look at the big scores, you know what? Only 1, and he didn't even quite reach his average. That's Braden Baker. He got 12, averages 13 and a half. Everyone else really not even close, and the only other bright spot was the young sophomore Cade Garasoli, who knocked down a dozen points.
Well, and to illustrate your point about the free throws, they were down by just 7 about midway through the fourth quarter. They went to the line and missed 1, 2, 3 in a row, made 1, and then missed 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row, including a front end of a 1-and-1. So that's 1 for, what is that, 1 out of 7 stretch, in which they were only down by 7. They could have put themselves into the game, maybe cut it down to 4 or 3 or 2. Instead, they missed all those free throws, including the front ends, and they just killed them. Just killed the Warriors. And, you know, all the things that go into a good basketball team. And I know it's rebounding and it's execution and it's energy and it's all those things, but maybe beyond all those other things, it's free throw shooting. You got to make your free throws in close games.
Let's maybe while we have a moment here, take a look at some of the highlights in this game tonight. I think they got them ready to go for us there in the truck. Here we go.
That's the 10 seconds into the second half right there, the three-pointer. And
that really was the sign of things to come.
Yeah, that was actually the one that gave them the lead, but same situation. Lindstrom open, burying the three.
Great ball movement there again by Desert Hills.
And Snow Canyon trying to hang in there. A little step back three by Baker. And, you know, they're still in the game at this point in the third quarter, and they kept it within 4, but Lindstrom's so good, and Weber that time with the deep ball, kind of a dagger there to start the fourth quarter. That gave them a 7-point lead. And Desert Hills, just the execution, the energy, the great effort that time by Tucker Peterson on the bank shot to the hole.
They really took over. They went down low. They made that happen, and they knocked down a couple of 3 balls, which when you're hitting inside and out, there's not much you can
And then
do.
maybe my favorite play of the game, that little backdoor cut by Mars on the dead run, the one-handed jackhammer slam. And Desert Hills wins at 63-47. The Thunder now 5-2 in region play. They stay 1 game ahead of the Canyon View, 6-2, 1 game ahead of the Canyon View Falcons, and a game and a half now ahead of the Hurricane Tiger. Big win for Desert Hills tonight.
Yeah, it really was. Sets them up nicely, and a great win for Canyon View as well, as they jump into third place, frankly, after a horrible start in region play, but they get it done.
5 in a row.
Can't do much better than that, can you? All right, let's take a quick look at the scoring tonight on our stat line, brought to you by Wilkinson's. For the Snow Canyon Warriors tonight, 12 points each for Braden Baker and Cole Garasoli, 11 points for Bryson Childs, and that was kind of the end of the highlights there. Brooke Sampson did get 6 points tonight. Just a bucket for 2, Spencer Snow. Joey Robertson could never find it tonight. 1 bucket, 2 out of 3 from the line for a total of 4 points. 47 points tonight for Snow Canyon. I mentioned 14 out of 26 charity throws.
They had 29 at halftime, only scored 19 in the second half.
Yeah, kind of fell apart, didn't it? For Desert Hills, they got it rolling, and they got their points tonight. Ryan Mars woke up. He had 6 in the first half. He knocked down 10 in the second half, but even better, Tyler Mars, 3 in the first half. He had 12 in the second half. 16 respectively for Ryan, 15 tonight for Tyler. Other double figures to Trevin Lindstrom with 11 points. 1 point Sampson, 8 points Weber. Trey Allred had 3. Just 1 free throw late in the game by Josh Wilkins. Tucker Peterson, kind of a tough night, fouled out. He had 5 points, and then 3 for Taylor Coxall coming in the first half.
Time to hand out some awards. First of all, our AWP Playmaker Play of the Game. Mike, to me, it's 2 plays, actually, but it's the same guy. Trevin Lindstrom hit a 3 to start the second half to cut it to 4. A couple of minutes later, he hit a 3 that gave Desert Hills the lead. And even though that jackhammer dunk by Tyler Mars was beautiful.
Fun to watch.
It was. I think our play of the game, our AWP plays of the game, have to be those 2 threes by Lindstrom that gave Desert Hills the comeback.
I'd agree with you on that one. Absolutely. They were huge. They really turned the tenor of this game towards the Thunder.
AWP, the playmakers in the appliance business across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. AWP, Appliance Wholesalers Plus. Now, time for our DATS Trucking Player of the Game, running strong since 1988. DATS brings you the POG. Mike, it's going to come down to one of the Mars, right?
It is definitely.
I'm leaning toward Ryan just because his points were more important when they came.
I was just looking down there, but look at Tyner. They came in the fourth quarter, but
they already had the lead
already
at that point.
after they had
yeah, it's a tough one.
Ryan Mars had a great game tonight. He ended up with 16, 10 of those in the second half, and 7 of those in that big third quarter. He kind of woke up after no points in the second. Let's go with Ryan Mars, our player of the game.
Thank you so much to DATS Trucking for bringing that to you. And I think Jimmy John Superstar, I don't have a problem giving it to a player on the losing team, because I think Cade Garrisoli coming in, he's going to be our Jimmy John Super Sub every time he comes in, the way he's playing and shooting the ball.
The way he's going right now, I think we'll just start writing his name in as we start the game there. So congratulations to young Cade Garrisoli.
Thanks so much to Dr. Johnson and then Johnson Pediatric Dentistry for bringing you the post-game show. And again, the Desert Hills with a big road win here. Wasn't easy. They were down 7.5, but really played well in the second half.
And once again, they did get the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert dropped by Yogurtland on your way home tonight. If you've been here at the game, you do get the 5 free ounces of yogurt. After that, we say you're on your own, but at least you get a good start. Andy, thank you so much. The final tonight, Desert Hills 63, Snow Canyon 47. On behalf of Andy, I'm Mike saying good night from the jungle.